Brr brr Patapim, il mio cappello è pieno di slim. Nel bosco fitto e misterioso viveva un essere assai curioso, con radici intrecciate e gambe incrociate, mani sottili. Tung-Tung-Tung-Tung Sahur. Anomali mengerikan yang hanya keluar pada sahur. Konon katanya kalau ada orang yang dipanggil sahur 3 kali.
Deep within the enchanted forest of life lived a towering creature known as Patapim, a guardian of nature whose body was made of intertwined roots, moss, and gentle wisdom. His head resembled a monkey with a long nose and kind eyes, and his enormous feet were rooted directly into the soil he protected. Far away in a dusty wooden town named Splinterville lived another strange being, Tung-Tung-Tung, a walking, talking baseball bat with bulging eyes, a carved smile, and legs of a young man. He ruled the town with his mini-bat army, the Batlings, and dreamed of expanding his factory of wooden bats across the entire forest. One day, the sky above the forest cracked open with a blinding flash. A metallic voice echoed through the trees. Tung-Tung-Tung has arrived. Patapim rose from the earth, birds scattering from his leafy shoulders. His voice was deep and rumbling. Brrr! Patapim says, no factories. Not here. This is sacred ground. Tung-Tung-Tung stood proudly, tapping his mini-bat on the ground. Oh, but I love this forest. So full of fresh, juicy wood. Let the harvest begin. Without another word, the batlings marched forward, chopping, hammering, sawing. Patapim slammed his root feet into the soil. Vines erupted like serpents, wrapping around machines and tools. Trees groaned. Birds cried. War had begun. The two forces met under the tree of echoes. Roots clashed with polished oak. Tongue spun like a whirlwind, smacking vines aside. Patapim summoned ancient bark-armored creatures from the ground, towering over the batlings. Sawdust filled the air. It was chaos. After hours of battle, both sides pulled back. Patapim was wounded. Tongue's shell was cracked. Night fell. The forest moaned in pain. That night, as Tongue rested beside a broken bench, he had a dream. He saw a young oak tree, just a sapling, being protected from lightning by Patapim's own body. The same oak tree that would one day become him. He awoke with a start. Was it true? Was he once a part of this forest? His hand trembled, but the factory plans were nearly complete. At sunrise, Tongue marched with his batlings to the heart of the forest, a glowing grove where all life drew energy. If he could chop it down, the forest's power would vanish, and his factory would reign forever. But Patapim was waiting. He rose slowly from the earth, now taller and greener than ever. The forest itself seemed to chant his name. Tongue, Patapim said softly, you are not my enemy. You are my child. Tongue hesitated. I was made to strike, to win. I don't know how to stop. Then stop with me, Patapim replied. As Tongue stepped closer to the heart of the forest, he felt its warmth. It wasn't just energy, it was memory. It showed him the birds who nested in his branches, the squirrels who ran across him when he was a tree, the storm he had survived. Tears fell from his wooden eyes. Tongue dropped his mini-bat. The batlings stopped in their tracks. He turned to Patapim and bowed. From that day on, the factory was never built. Instead, Tongue opened a workshop, not to make bats, but to carve toys from fallen branches. The batlings became gardeners, replanting every tree they had cut down, and every spring, Patapim and Tongue would sit beneath the tree of echoes, listening to the wind whisper old songs. Tongue still sometimes says, Tung-Tung-Tung, but now it means joy, and the forest lives on.
Brr brr Patapim, il mio cappello è pieno di slim. Nel bosco fitto e misterioso viveva un essere assai curioso, con radici intrecciate e gambe incrociate, mani sottili, braccia. Tung-Tung-Tung-Tung Sahur. Anomali mengerikan yang hanya keluar pada sahur. Konon katanya kalau ada orang yang dipanggil sahur 3 kali dan tidak nyaut, maka makhluk ini datang di rumah kalian. Hi, seremnya.